All right, guys. Today we are in the company of Mary Plant. But Mary, who are you?
I am a Cypriot
Okay,
from Famagusta,
okay,
which is now under Turkish occupation.
okay,
And I was brought up in Famagusta. My father actually was English. That's
okay.
why I'm called Plant. My mother's family is Cypriot. And because I was born and brought up here, I consider myself totally a Cypriot. I don't consider myself English in any way.
Okay, so you identify yourself as totally Cypriot, even knowing that half of your blood is English.
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. You don't consider yourself not even a little bit English?
No. Even though I lived for 30 years in England,
30 years is not 2 days. 30 years is
I
not a
lived for
joke.
30 years when I went to study, and afterwards I spent 30, but I was never ever happy living in England. I was there because of circumstances of my work and everything, not because I wanted to stay because I loved the place. I was very happy to eventually return to Cyprus.
That's very interesting for me because my girlfriend is English and I went to England when I was 18 and I say I never return here in England. Funny thing, now that I'm 36, I met my girlfriend and she's English and a month ago, who followed the channel saw that, I've been in England again.
Yes.
And I have to say it was totally different experience if I compare it with 20 years ago. And I don't know if I could live in England because of the weather
Mm.
mainly. But I saw another side of England and it was nice. It was first time I've been there 20 years ago. It wasn't a nice experience for me. But now I would say that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the people that I met. I met very, very nice people and I met a very nice environment because someone that go to London have to consider that London is one place, but London is not England. London is just a big, big city.
Mm.
Manchester, Blackpool, Cornwall are very, very, very different from London and way more friendly. So I keep I keep your consideration. And I want to ask you something. Would you suggest to someone to move to England, for example, to learn English?
I, I don't know if somebody wishes to learn English. I suppose moving to England for a while would be the right place to go to. Um, but not necessarily. People speak English now all over the world, um, and there are English schools. Even here in Cyprus, there's an English school.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
people don't have to go to England learn English. But I mean, I went there to study art. At that time, there was no art school uh, in other parts that I was interested to go to. And England was very well known for the art schools, and I decided to go there.
Where exactly have you been in art school in UK, in England?
I went to Chelsea School of Art in London,
Okay.
which I'm very glad I went there because I didn't know the art schools before I went, but as it turned out, the Chelsea suited my way of thinking and my work. It was more, I suppose, intellectual approach to art than some other art schools, which were more about painting. Um, so it was just by accident that I went there, or because I wanted to go there, because I heard it was difficult to get into, and I thought, right, I shall go there. But it really turned out to be very suitable. And when I finished my BA, I was so happy. I wanted to stay there and do an MA. I could have tried to go to another art school, but I wanted to stay. And when I finished the MA, I said, "Don't you have a PhD?" But they did not have PhD in them. Now they do, but in those days they didn't have PhD. Or I would have stayed to do PhD. I was so happy to be a student um, at age after age 30 when I went.
But there is a very interesting question that I want to ask you because, guys, I've been here with Mary for a week, I will say. This is our spot. We are in Cyprus right now, close to Paphos. She lives very close by, and I park very close by. So we met every day for like, I don't know, 20 minutes to 1 hour. So we've been chit chatting for like a week. And I know why she went to England in the first place. Will you tell us why you've been to England in the first place? What happened?
Yes, well, I was living in Cyprus. I was um, married at age 20.
Very young.
Yes, but there was no, even though I was interested in art and literature, my parents did not think that to send me to study because in those days women were meant to just get married, whereas men were sent to study, but not the girls. So I did the right thing. I married a very nice gentleman, but I was not happy just being
The housewife.
Mrs. So and so. Yes, I felt that I had more in me to say, to express, uh, and gradually I began to think that I should maybe make a move, and I began to study psychology and philosophy to see if I could have the strength to do such a to dare to go and live on my own and study.
To change your life.
Uh, I was very lucky because I discovered Nietzsche.
Niche.
Nietzsche,
Niche.
and one one of the his sayings that saved my life was, "What does not kill me makes me stronger."
Stronger. I know this.
I had this, so when I anyway when the invasion happened and the Turks invaded and captured half the island, I found that as the time that I could, everything changed. My whole our world changed, and I thought I'll do it now. While our world is collapsing, I shall go and do something and study and acquire something that nobody can ever take away from me. They can take my property, they can steal everything, but they cannot take what I know. So I decided to go to England to study.
And how old were you at the time?
I was 30, 31 about.
31. 31 is my lucky number.
Yes,
Yes.
mine too then. And so I decided to, and I began from here to prepare my GCs before I left in 75. And 76, I went into art school. Um, and I was so happy, I couldn't believe it. I would sit in the lecture theater and I would say, "My God, I'm in a lecture theater." Something I dreamed of in my life before. And for me, it was a tremendous experience. It was difficult because the Turks stole everything. They stole my property, my home. I had nothing, no money, nothing. And I had to work sometimes to, to, to be able to study. But
So all your belongings were lost in Famagusta.
yes, yeah, yes,
To this day. To
yes,
this day.
yeah, yes, everything.
From one day to the other.
Yeah,
Basically you lost everything.
everything, yes. And I had a little money, which I put the money to buy my flat to move back to Famagusta. And so that went into the flat, the little money I had. And I was left penniless, homeless. But fortunately, my brother was living in London, so I had somewhere to go to start with. I had a base to go. And then from there, I was able to work gradually for the BA, I was, even though I had an English passport, I was not entitled to a grant because you had to be in England for 3 years, even though with an English passport, before you were entitled to get a grant. But for the master's degree, I got a grant. So
Okay.
I got paid to do that.
And also, I want to clarify something that I know, but they don't yet. You bought the flat, you finish, you refurbish the flat, you make it beautiful, you make it like your own flat to
Yes,
live.
yeah.
And for how long you could enjoy the flat before the invasion?
No, I did not, I just finished it. I just hung the curtains, I hung a few pictures, I put everything, and then I had to leave it. Fortunately, it was summer, so I did not take the blankets. So I used the blankets in England when it was cold. But I had taken sheets and I bought
Wow.
plates. Everything was new, and the curtains I made out of denim, and the covers for the beds and everything. Um, I just got it ready for the thieves.
Wow. Wow. That's when John Lennon say something that I really I love John Lennon. And he say life is what happened to you while you're busy making other plans.
Yes,
And this is a clear example.
yes,
But also, in my opinion, is a very clear example of resilience because I imagine myself in your situation at the time. You just finish your house ready and dreaming also to go to live there. And when you're ready to move in, that is finally finished after all the process of renovation, which is not like something that you do in 2 days. Your house is not available from you because is in another country, basically. So you cannot return to your house, and basically it's not even yours anymore.
mm,
This is something that will like destroy many people. But
mm,
instead you say, okay, what can I do right here, right now
yes.
to change my life? And you went to England. So this for me is like very remarkable. People now get depressed for way less than that, like way less than that. That's why I do this channel, and that's why
Mm.
I do this kind of interview. What did you learn out of all of this?
As I said, I learned that what we own is best to carry within us. That way, nobody can take it away. All the knowledge I received from my studies and my degrees gave me a confidence to be able to live the life I live now and to do the work that I want to do. I could not do the work without the confidence of the degrees and the approbation of the tutors. And um, I could have carried on, I could have painted on my own, but I would never have been able to know whether it was good or bad. I needed an art school to tell me your work is good.
Yes.
So that I think is the most important, is that to acquire we, things that we can carry within ourselves that nobody can take from us. As I said, they can take my house, they can take my car, they can take everything, but my knowledge they cannot take. And that's what I need really in life. And that's when I look back, my life is my work. My life is my paintings, not my life that I had before, um, sitting around having tea and coffee with other ladies. That was that is gone, but my real life is my life as an artist. It's very important.
And I want to ask you because someone might be curious about where they can see your work.
Hmm.
Where where someone can find your work except online. I will put the link in the description about how to find Mary's work.
Yes.
But they are in museums where someone can see live your work.
Well, yes, on the internet, of course, if you Google my name,
Yeah.
And there are some videos that I did.
Okay.
Um, they can be seen also. I didn't do the technical work. Others did it. I mean,
Yes.
I had the ideas, and the others did the technical side. But I'm trying to think. I don't think it's in any museums abroad that people
But
would.
here in Cyprus,
I'm trying to think.
like you have some paintings that I saw yesterday. Mary gave me a book, and in that book, Paphos few years ago was the the center of the culture, the world center of the culture, the capital city of the culture. And in the book, there are some of her paintings. Where are the paintings now? If someone want to see them
I'm
live,
not sure if that's sold or not. I mean, I can't remember now
okay.
which of my work is sold and where it is. And when I saw and I remember that work, I can't remember if somebody bought it. I have a list though, but it's in Nicosia, that
Okay,
tells where everything is. But
okay,
I don't
okay.
remember it offhand. I can't tell
But
you.
we can say that is in private collection, like
A
private
lot is
people.
a lot is in private collection,
Okay.
and also abroad. In England, they sold a lot of work, and when I was abroad, other exhibitions. In Germany, some work, and in France, I took part. Somebody bought my work, but I don't know where that work is. But
Okay.
sometimes I discover in auction houses in different countries, they're selling my work. So I presume it's work that was bought by somebody
Yeah, and
many
then
years
raise
ago
value
who no longer is around, and the family are selling the
the
property and
paintings.
selling this. So I
Wow.
find my work being sold all over the world. But as I said, I don't remember now where it is. But
I'll ask Mary after to paint something very, very quick on my van so I can say that I have an
uh,
artwork on my van. A friend of mine, by the way, bye Jesse, from Germany, made a really, really nice painting in my van. It took her the full afternoon, and everyone asked me, who did that? And he's a friend of mine from Germany that basically saw that my van was not even really finished because even now it's not really finished, but lack of art.
mhm.
And she's kind of artistic and she know to paint. So one day out of the blue she came to my van with this thing full of colors and stuff, and she spent the full afternoon painting a big mandala
Uh,
in my van. So after, if you got little bit of time, I even like a little flower, I don't know, something.
but I don't have any paints or anything.
No, I have it in the van. A pen. Just with a pen.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sounds good?
I'll make a little Aphrodite for you.
Sounds good. So I can say that my van now got proper artistic work from an international recognized artist. But let's get back to us. Can I ask you how old are you, Mary?
I'm 81.
81.
Yes.
81. You saw a lot of things going on. You've been abroad for 30 years. You've been in a country that suffer a political turmoil, I will say, because I do not take sides politically. Otherwise, on YouTube, they kill me because everyone got different opinion.
Yes.
Everyone knows, and Mary included, that I do not approve any kind of war. I believe that in 2025 we should be able to talk, sit down, and fix things just by talking. And I hope so that sooner or later we start to spend money towards education and talking instead of killing people or conquer land, because we are the only animal on the planet that do that, which is in 2025 for me is
It is amazing.
is amazing.
I cannot believe why people just love killing. It's just, I find it extraordinary. I keep saying,
And we are the only one on the planet.
don't they have anything better to do than go around killing?
We are the only
Yeah.
animal on the planet that kill his own species for something that is not strictly survival,
Yeah.
because we
Yes.
kill each other over money,
Yes.
basically,
Yes. Yes.
land and money,
Yeah.
which is, I mean,
Yes.
I totally disagree with war. By the way, it's not my thing. But back to us. You've been 30 years abroad. You suffer political turmoil. How was Cyprus at the time, and how is Cyprus now? What you see in 50 years, because 74 until today is roughly 50 years. How do you reckon this place has changed?
It well, obviously, I only know the free part of Cyprus, and it has changed in that there's a lot of progress, very fast progress. What I find extraordinary in Cyprus that there is an amazing amount of educated people with degrees. I think the standard of education is much higher than in many countries.
Yes, I noticed
The
that.
standard of people with degrees, everybody wants to send their child to study these days to university, even if there is no job, and they will come back and they will open a cafe, but they will go and become a lawyer or something. So the standard of education is, I find, very very high. Of course, I was brought up at the time during British occupation, which held the whole of the island. So I went through all that as well, with an English father
Okay, okay.
and a grandfather who was against the British.
Wow.
So it was, and I had to come to a decision when I was about 14 or 15. I can't remember now when it was all happening. I had to decide whose side I was on. Was I on the side of the British, or on my father or my grandfather? And I decided then that no country has the right to invade another country and to say, I'm the boss here, and you are my slaves, and you pay me.
I agree.
And I decided I was on the side of the Cypriots, and not of the British.
But just for the record, so your father was British. So your mom, knowing that her father was against Englishman,
Yes.
she married an Englishman anyway.
Yes, this happened during the Second World War,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
when
no.
they came as soldiers, the British here. And my grandfather was a great intellectual as well. He always said that I have nothing against the common people of England. My fight, my fight
Was
is
with the occupant, the occupancy.
with the government and what they do
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
He was a member of parliament during the British occupation. So he did a lot for Cyprus. But so I was brought up in this strange environment but I must say that when I was a child, I wanted to grow up and be like my grandfather. I didn't want to be like my father or my mother.
So you admire deeply
I
your
admired my
grandfather.
grandfather, of course. He was very intellectual and he wrote. Mm. So, yes, I wanted very much to follow in his footsteps. I wanted to be a writer. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be a writer or a painter, but painting one.
And can you tell us? I say us because of the channel. And let me just check the phone, because I don't know if it's still recording. We are
Ah,
basically on the beach, and I just want to see. Oh my God,
it stopped.
he stopped recording. Oh my God,
Uh,
no. Ah, no, 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 no. It's still recording. It's still
I
recording.
see.
25 minutes. My girlfriend is gonna laugh like, because every time in Cyprus, the connection, internet connection, is not the
I see.
best, and every time I have a call with her, the 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 connection got frozen, and I swear in Italian.
Uh,
and she laughed like crazy. And basically, I know that when she's gonna see this, she's gonna
and
laugh
because
as
the
well.
sun is behind it, we cannot see the picture.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, we are on the beach. Actually, I show you guys where we are. Basically, we are here on the beach, and we have the phone opposite to us in the direction of the sun. So basically, we are blind, but it's still going. So we are
Anyway,
good.
if we miss something, it's not the end of the
No,
world.
it's okay. It's okay. It's a chit chat. Basically, it's one of the chit chat that we have these days on camera, and my girlfriend is gonna laugh. um, what do you think about the world of today? What is wrong with the world today, Mary?
I don't understand. As I said, I don't understand the aggressiveness of most countries. Um, why they want to occupy another country?
No, but
Why they invade? Why they do this?
with society, because people are way, I mean, now we are more interconnected than ever
Yes, yes,
between the phone and the
yeah,
computer
yes,
and everything. Like we can see what happened in the opposite side of the planet
yes,
in 1 second.
yes, yes.
But people seems to be even more lonely. I read a news yesterday that Greece is basically closing 700 schools, and the population of Greece is on the path to decrease 25%, to shrink.
And yet, because not enough children are being born,
People, they don't have kids anymore. I
yes,
mean,
yes,
we're
yes,
supposed to live time of prosperity,
yeah,
but in reality, the world is upside down right now.
yes,
And I'm asking you, you've been here for 81 years. I
yes,
mean,
yes,
you saw a few things. I have to tell you, my grandma lived up to 109. Okay, and I used to have this kind of conversation with her. I asked her, for example, she lived through war,
mm, yeah,
and she moved from the south to the north of Italy. And one of the best questions I asked her was, "What is your best memory in life?" She was 107, 108 when I asked that question. So she saw a lot of things.
yes.
And yeah, basically, I'm asking you the
Yes.
same. What is wrong?
I will tell you, I find the Cypriots, on the whole, a very generous
Yes, I
people,
agree. I agree.
especially in the village. But I will tell you one of the most special stories I can say. Some years ago, I was collecting antiques. I love antiques. So I used to go around in the villages, knock on the door, and ask them if they have anything old that they didn't want and they could sell me. So they would sell me all these para, paraffin lamps and things that they didn't use anymore because they had
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
electricity. And I collected all these wonderful things. One day I knocked on a door. It was a small, like a little hut, very small room. I knocked on the door. Some boys said, "Come in." There was a little old lady sitting at the table. And I said to her, "Do you have anything old to sell?" And she said to me, "Oh, come in, my dear. Um, Come in, I'm about to have lunch. Come and join me." And on the table, there was a piece of bread, a few olives, and a piece of cheese. And she said to me, all excited, "I am a beggar woman and I have begged this. I have begged for this food.
And she shared with
Come
you.
and join me and eat with me. Share my lunch."
That's Mediterranean culture at
I,
its art.
I must say, I was so impressed. I sat down and I ate. I tried not to eat too much, but out of politeness, I sat with her and I ate a little bit of bread. I ate one olive, not to eat her food.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And in the end, when we finished our lunch, um, she said to me, "I don't know, is there anything that I can buy from here? I don't have many things." And found an old plate. So I said to her, "I'll buy this plate from you." And normally, when I used to go around, they used to offer 5 shillings, 5 shillings for a plate when I bought old plates. So I decided to give her 10 shillings. Um, so I said, I'll give you 10 shillings for this plate. And she took the 10 shillings. And she was so excited. And she said, it's my rent for a month. She
Wow.
was paying for the little hut. She was paying 10 shillings a month to live there.
Wow.
So it was so wonderful. I mean, she offered me her lunch, and then she was able to pay her rent with my 10 shillings.
And I found that there is a lot of beauty in that because even if she had nothing,
Mm.
she tried to share
Yes,
something with
yes.
you. And this is the art of the Mediterranean
It is
culture.
very much so.
In
Very much.
Italy, in Italy also,
Yeah.
you can see this kind of behavior. And when you have so little and you're able to share,
Mm.
maybe you have not much in the bank, but you have a big soul.
Yes,
Because
yes,
only if you're a clever person and you have a big soul, you are able to do
yeah. I mean,
something
I
like
have a
this.
lot of stories, too many to tell now,
Now, tell me another because I love this story.
this type of stories. Um, when I first came to Kuklia, before I had a house here, I came to visit the sanctuary of Aphrodite, and I came by, I think I came by taxi, and when I finished, I sat. There's a coffee shop. There were no restaurants yet in
In
the
Puglia.
village here, and I sat at one of the coffee shops, and then I would ring the taxi to come and pick me up, and I was hungry, so I said to the lady there, "I'm very hungry. Do you have any food here?" She said, "No, we're a coffee shop. We don't serve food."
Yeah.
Um, but I said, "Well, what am I going to do? I'm hungry." So she said, "Come with me." She took me to the back, where there was a little courtyard behind the kitchen. She said, "Sit here so that the men in the coffee shop won't see that I'm feeding you, and they will start wanting food also. And I'll go home and bring you food." And she
Nice.
went home and brought me food and fed me. Um, and that was, now she has a restaurant. I go there quite often. But it was a wonderful experience, and I liked the experience. And I used to do it. I used to travel around all the villages and go to the coffee shops and say the same story. I'm hungry, and have you got any food? To see what the reaction would
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
Um, one old lady who owned the coffee shop in one village, she took me to the back to the kitchen and she fried an egg and halloumi for me and cooked. I guess so that
Alum is
the
delicious.
men wouldn't see that she was feeding me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Another woman, I went again. I said, "I'm hungry." So she said, "But this is not a restaurant." But then she said, "We had a wedding yesterday, and there's a special food that people cook for weddings called resi. And
Resi.
resi, it's I think it's grains of wheat with meat cooked,
Okay.
and it's something that comes from ancient ceremonies. And anyway, so she went home and brought me a plate of this special food for the wedding and fed me there. So I was doing this just for the experience of all these wonderful people. And
I can tell you that it happened to me and my girlfriend so often because we parked the van basically where is the most convenient place close to the sea. Here in Cyprus, you need shade because, guys, in Cyprus it's so hot. You cannot believe it. It's so hot. So we parked sometime in picnic area and we got our own food. But many times, especially here in Cyprus, people pass by and give us food, suvla, or like they feed us. And
yes,
we love this because
yeah.
also you get, and from different culture, like from
Mm,
different religion
mm,
and different culture
mm.
all the time. And especially in Cyprus, people are very happy to share.
Yes, yes.
And I believe that the world needs more of that.
Yes. I, I mean, we hear all those horrible things that happen, people killing each other, and yet we have these wonderful people being so kind
Yes.
to. So I mean, I feel I'm lucky that I am here and I'm not in one of the war zones.
Oh yes, we are
Yeah,
lucky.
but and in the village where I live, the lady opposite, when she cooks, she always put some food for me also. She gives me little food. Everything she cooks, she likes to give me.
That's nice.
Um, it's just generosity. It's not that I cannot feed myself, of course, but they share.
I want to ask you the last two questions. I can stay here to talk with you for like, I love to do this with you. But as you know, I have to go soon. So I think we get to the last two questions. Question number one: what is for you Aphrodite? Because a lot of your work are about Aphrodite.
Yes,
So, and she live in Kuglia, which is the village behind us, really close to Paphos, which actually is the old Paphos.
yes.
And when she told me the first time, I say, I don't know where is Kuglia. She said, how come? It's the center of the world. So many people say that Rome is the center of the world. It's the first time for me that someone say it's not Rome, is
It's of course.
here. So what can you explain to someone that never heard about Aphrodite? What is Aphrodite? What is for you?
Well, obviously, Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty, and your own Botticelli painted
Botticelli, la Venere?
Aphrodite coming out of the sea on
Yeah,
a shelf.
the Venere of Botticelli.
Yeah. So, but because she's a goddess of love and beauty, being goddess of love, she's also a goddess of creation, because with love comes creation. So, and when you read about her, when she stepped on the land here, grass began to grow where she stepped. So
The
immediately
fertility.
fertility. And before she was known as Aphrodite, um, she was worshipped here as a goddess of fertility in this sanctuary here, in the shape of triangular stone, which is still here. So yes, it's fertility, and anybody who creates, writes, or writes music or paints um, needs fertility. Otherwise, if you have no fertility, we don't create.
Yes.
So she's very important from that point of view for me. But it was very interesting for me when I was living in England and I decided to study Aphrodite and do work about her. I came to Cyprus to buy books. And at that time, I found only two books. One by a French lady, Jacqueline Garayori, who wrote many books about Aphrodite, and one by a Dutch lady, archaeologist, Stella Lubsen Admiral, who had done an exhibition, and there was the catalogue of Aphrodite. So I thought, this is strange. All the women in Cyprus should be writing about Aphrodite. Why are they not? And and I decided I must do something about it.
You're gonna be the one that is gonna
I
fix
must
the
I
problem.
must do it. So I began to study and to I became friends with Jacqueline Garayori, who lived in Nicosia. And then 18 years later, I met Stella Lubsen Admiral, who came with a group to visit the sanctuary, and they sent me a message to meet me because they had seen my video on the internet.
What is her name? Stella Miral?
Stella Lubsen Admiral.
Where is she from?
She's Dutch, but at the moment she's living in Switzerland, I think. She's an
Because then
archaeologist.
that name doesn't sound new. Doesn't sound new to me.
Yes, Stella Lubsen, Admiral, Admiral, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so we met. 18 years after I had her book, I met her and we became friends. And with Jacqueline, we were very good. Jacqueline is one of the people that wrote that book I gave you. That
Okay.
leaflet, she was one of the archaeologists. I think it was she who suggested they put my work in there. So I don't know how I got to about why. So I decided I must do something. I shall I, I write with images. Um, but I'm glad to say that there is a lot of interest now about Aphrodite by other people, young people. Um, they approach me. Somebody sent me a message a few days ago. She's going to give a talk in Cypriot in an exhibition in Germany, and asked if she could use extracts from my work or my.
What did you try to represent in your work? What was the aim?
Well, the goddess herself and her life, her story. So I did a series of 5 very big paintings, 5 different temples of Aphrodite, huge. I made them for an exhibition in Nicosia, in a medieval hall, and I made them the size to fit the hall.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a photograph probably in the internet if you can find my work.
I'm
And
gonna put all the link in the description.
yes,
But I want to ask, normally, if someone that follow my channel know my last question, what is love for you?
love.
It's for everyone is different.
Yes. Well, love has many ways of expressing itself. There is love. I love my pussycats. I love my country. I love this beach. I love flowers. In the spring, I walk in the fields, and I touch the anemones. I touch them because I love them. There is love between people, um, and there is eros with sexual love, of course. So love is what, to use a cliche, makes the world go round.
Yes. Yeah, and you know who say that? Dante Alighieri.
Yes, I
Yes.
see.
Dante Alighieri is a poet. This is my answer when people ask me.
Yes,
I say l'amor è ciò che muove il cielo e le altre stelle, which is what move the sky and the other stars.
yes.
And Dante Alighieri said that.
I was it until.
Yes,
Yeah, I see.
is the father of the Italian language as we know it
Yes,
today.
yes.
And this is my favorite
I see.
description of what love
Yes,
is.
yeah.
But I let's give it a twist. What is for you the drive, the passion that took you so far in life that, I mean, you became an international artist? What was the drive behind it? What was your motivation? I don't really believe in the word motivation, because motivation is an emotion. When you are willing to put the work to do something like you did, is purely focus and commitment. But what is the drive behind that for you? What was?
As I said, I wanted to be like my grandfather. That was,
Aspiration,
yeah,
aspiration to be
yeah,
like him.
because my grandfather was a very well known man, very well respected, an intellectual, politician, and I wanted to be something like him. Um, I didn't want to be a politician, but I wanted to be creative like he was. He was a creative person. So that was the drive behind me. But as I said again, is um, losing all my property, I repeat again, was achieving something that nobody can take away from me, which is education. That is mine. Nobody with a gun can take it away from me. They can kill me, but they can't take that away. So it's that, and because I care about Cyprus. I love Cyprus, and I wanted so much to study everything that is to do with Cyprus. First, I did a series of work about Salamis, the ancient city of Salamis near Famagusta.
Okay.
I did my first 3 years after art school. I studied all the books that were written about Salamis. I knew Salamis. I used to go there to swim and to and to walk. And and I felt the need when the Turks took it to capture it. And I made a lot of work to do that. And I produced a book as well called Salamis, um, which is about the kings of Salamis, all the story of Salamis. Um, and also, it was my ambition to show that work abroad because I lived in England, so that to be able to talk to people about what happened to Salamis. There's a way of telling people without annoying them. Because if I made photographs or paintings with aeroplanes bombing, it put people off. But if I show them a beautiful place called Salamis and explain to them what happened to it, it's a way of telling people without frightening them.
And can I ask you if you can give me or them, give it to me better, an advice in life that will take me far in life? What would it be?
It's to listen to yourself, to your inner self, and okay, we hear a lot of sounds here and there, and we move here, we move there, we hear nothing, we go there. But what is really deep inside us is important. And it may take a long time to hear it or to discover it. But once we discover it, follow it.
So follow your gut.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mary, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
If we can tomorrow, we do part two,
Yes.
but now the time is super late. And guys, I don't know if we got time to meet again tomorrow. If we can, we're gonna do part two. If we cannot, this is only part one, and this is all you got now. If you want to know more about Mary Plant, she's here in Paphos, and I will put all the link in the description about her work. And that's it. Thank you for your patience. If you've been listening for 48 minutes, see you in the next one.